But I have a question for you, Georgie. You ready?
Yeah.
You know, because this is new to me too. What he's telling you is I didn't know this. That he was so appreciative of his being. I mean, I saw a little bit of it on that webinar, but you kind of filled it in. But you know, prior to your surgery or prior to this experience, you were Mr. Doing.
Oh yeah.
I mean, so now, how do you see doing now? How do you relate to doing?
No, I see it as I know this is a funny thing to say. I honestly think that it doesn't matter what a person does.
Mhm.
So I see it as what we spend what we spend our time on that doesn't really matter. I mean that's how I see it. It's almost like uh, good good way to waste your time. But the reason I feel that is because I really feel the blessing of people, how kind people have been to me, and how much caring is behind what they're doing. And to me, that's what really matters. So I don't know if that speaks to what you were saying. It's unlike
No,
what you
it does.
said that it does,
No, it
but
does speak to it. It does answer it. Yeah.
it's just you know what it is the the being to me is so alive that the doing has taken a, a secondary place in my life. It's just my whole world has been turned up, upside down in that sense. That what used to be meaningful to me doesn't have the meaning it used to be, and what used to be really meaningful uh, doesn't have it. And so and it's not that I think this is right or anything. It's just the way it looks to me right now. That's all I'm saying.
But I see a rightness to it in that when people, for lack of a better way of saying it, when people turn around and appreciate being, it gives them something that they're looking for and they're doing.
Yeah.
Instead of facing out and trying to find all this, when they turn around and appreciate being, it gives them what they're looking for.
Do you remember Sid talking about doing without doing?
Yeah, I
That's what
do.
comes to mind when you say that.
I have the funniest story of that when years ago when I heard him say, "Don't do anything." I literally went home and I sat in a chair. And I'm like, okay, I'm not going to do anything. And I'm sitting there and I'm going, this is a true story. I'm like, this is really boring. And I finally got up and did something because I couldn't stand it. But I'd missed the whole point. I mean, I'd missed the whole point of what he was saying.